Today in Davenport, the defense started presenting its case in the murder trial of Christian Bahena Rivera.
It deserves justice. Her family deserves justice. But so does Christian Bahena Rivera.
Bahena Rivera's attorneys gave their opening statements today to start their case. They say normally a defense team relies on the failure of the state to investigate a case, but they promised to have a witness. KCCI's Chris Gothner was there to watch as the defense called its first witnesses. He's live in Davenport tonight. Chris, one of those witnesses was on the stand earlier in this trial.
Yeah, and that witness would be Dalton Jack, Molly Tibbetts' boyfriend at the time of her death. Now, when he testified for the prosecution, defense attorneys grilled him over past infidelity as they tried to cast suspicion on him, and they did the same thing today. Now, when prosecutors cross-examined him today, that all totaled up to roughly an hour and a half of testimony. Now, they asked him to recall messages and actions from 3 to 4 years ago, the defense did, as they try to send the jury a message that Dalton Jack is not a reliable witness. Now, after Jack maintained that he tried calling Molly Tibbetts multiple times after she disappeared, the defense had this exchange.
So if the records show you only called her one time, that would be the accurate number?
Absolutely, yes.
Explain to me why you only tried to call your girlfriend who was missing one time in the days following her disappearance.
I don't know. I've tried to get other people to look for her as well.
She's the love of your life, right?
Yes.
And you're not blowing up her phone?
I don't know if I did or not, but I don't know why I would only call her one time.
Now, prosecutors, though, circled back to one key element, Jack's testimony that he was in Dubuque working at a construction site at the time of Molly's disappearance, pointing critical pieces of evidence that the prosecution argues Christian Bahena Rivera did to link himself to the crime, not Dalton Jack.
Did you take officers to that location to find Molly Tibbetts?
No, I did not.
Did you place corn stalks on her body in order to conceal her from anyone that may be looking?
No, I did not.
Mr. Jack, did you have anything at all to do with the disappearance or murder of Molly Tibbetts?
No.
Now, testimony wrapped up for the day at around 2:45. That's roughly the time Jack finished testifying for the day. Now, the defense also called up some other witnesses, including its own expert witness, a DNA analyst, as well as Bahena Rivera's family. Some members of Bahena Rivera's family, they gave character witness testimony. Now, there were hints that the defense may be calling up the woman Jack was having an affair with, as well as potentially Jack's work supervisor. Things start at 8:30 tomorrow morning. We're live in Davenport. Chris Gothner, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
If you want to watch the trial this week, you can stream it live on our KCCI mobile app. It's also streaming on our website, kcci.com. We will continue to provide you a wrap-up of the day's testimony right here on KCCI 8 News until a verdict is reached.